Well, hello. I am here again, and I am trying to recruit or even gain some subscribers. Um, you know what kind of business I'm in. So there's really a lot I can't go into too much detail about here, but I can go into enough detail. You know what I mean? Some good detail. Um, I think maybe we should uh, discuss about a few things that have happened that might change the way things are done online. You know, they passed that bill, and it's supposed to stop all and any kind of trafficking or sale of sex online. And that could be a huge impact on, well, the internet, the income of people. And, you know, people are going to do it anyways. I don't know why they're going to go that far with it. If they do, I mean, I would definitely say vote against it, you know, but they've got all these other reasons, you know, that sound really good why you shouldn't, you know, allow this kind of shit to go on. But unfortunately, it's going to go on whether they stop it or not. There's always going to be sex trafficking, there's always going to be prostitution. Now, that's another thing. Some people consider camming prostitution. And if you look at it, yeah, it probably is, but it's just no hands on, whatnot. But what they're afraid of is if people end up meeting in real life after camming, that the sites that they met on should be held accountable for them if anything was to happen, you know, anything bad was to happen. And anytime you're messing with that kind of stuff, you're looking at possibly not a victimless crime, because there's wives and children and whatnot that get hurt, but sometimes these wives or whatever, they get pretty bent about the whole thing, and they end up going after people, and that's where they want to hold the site accountable for things like that to happen, or kidnapping or rape or whatever. Now, I don't feel that anybody should be held accountable for it except for the person that is doing it. As a grown ass woman, you know what could happen to you if you go meet people in real life. You know that there is a really good chance, or a really small chance, you don't know, that shit's gonna go down, and that'll be the end of you, you know. Nobody ever hear from you, see from you again. See from you. But you know what I'm saying? It's a game you don't want to get involved in. If you really think you know somebody, well, I promise you, those girls that got fucked up before, they really thought that they knew somebody too. And it just so happened that, well, they thought they knew him. Whether you talk to them for a month, a year, whatever, you really, really don't know somebody. And, you know, I couldn't stress that enough. You know, this is just one thing to keep in mind. Just don't meet in person. It's not a good idea. You never, never know what could happen. Could be bad. Could be very bad. There's just too many holes to be dug and bodies to be put into that are never found out there. So, you know, you don't want to put anybody through that, your parents, your family, anybody. So, with that being said, just stay safe. Don't meet people in public. And if you absolutely feel it necessary to meet these people in public, that's what you do, is you meet them in public. You meet them in a restaurant or somewhere where there's a lot of people around, and you know, that drops the odds of something bad happening to you at that moment. But don't think that they're not going to coerce you into going somewhere alone with them, of course, because you know why? Because they want sex. They think, well, this girl's online and I love her, she's awesome. Really, he doesn't know you. He doesn't know anything about you. You want to keep it that way. Always keep your stage name. Don't give him your real name, even if it's just for mailing purposes. Just don't. It's not worth it. They could blow you up. They could do all kinds of things. When I say blow you up, I mean they can like expose you. You know, things like that to people you really don't want to know what you do. That's not very fun. They can also they can do things to your career. They can do things to your life, to your credit even. I mean, there's a lot that they can do, believe it or not. So I'm just stating, be safe, don't meet in person. Nobody likes a party pooper, but nobody likes the dead guy, you know, unless, well, there are some people that like the dead guy, but not many. Nobody wants to become the dead guy, really. Yeah, it's like that. But, I mean, you can always think, you know, do you want to meet him in person? No. Another reason. It kills the cam girl fantasy. They meet you in person, and all of a sudden you're real. The cam girl fantasy is gone. They're not going to call you no more. You're not going to get paid from them no more. For reals. That's another probability. Got to take that into consideration that not everybody is as imaginative as you are, and they will see that you are a real person. Isn't that terrible? Don't want that, do you? Don't want to be seen for who you are. You want to be that cam girl in the fantasy. And in order to keep that cam girl fantasy, you know what you got to do is you got to keep it on the cam. That's it. Don't take it nowhere else. No less. Nothing. Always stay the cam girl fantasy for them. And you'll learn all in due time. You know, they can find out where you live and all that shit. And you really don't want to go there. Just keep it in the cam girl fantasy lane. Oh, wow. Malfunction of wardrobe? I guess you could say. Total accident. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to do it. Don't want anybody get mad or upset. It wasn't on purpose. Yeah. I think I'm going to conclude this now with that. Stay safe. And don't try to get these girls to come meet you in person. You never know who they could be for real on that side. They might not even be a cam girl for all you know. They could do some fucked up shit to you and call their homies in. And the homies come in and they will clean house. I've heard of that happening too many times. It's really sad. These nice guys, they just want to have a good time. And, well, apparently these girls do too. And they want to destroy you. And you don't want to do that. And it's not even a black milk fantasy. It's real shit. Don't destroy the cam girl fantasy either. Guys, stay safe too. Stay at home. It's easier that way. But you absolutely feel the need to go and meet. Check these girls out. You don't go meet somebody you don't know right off the bat. It's not a good idea. It kills it. And you could end up being the one killed. No joke. So with that said, I'm gonna go. I'll be back. I'm gonna be posting more shit too soon.